A somewhat obvious grouping of occasions, the U.S. men's public group failed to meet expectations on the huge stage. The U.S. on Monday were disposed of in the Copa America bunch stage subsequent to tumbling to Uruguay 1-0 in a must-dominate match. It denoted an unpardonable exit. Thinking about the U.S. were likewise assembled with Panama and Bolivia. At the base, the U.S. ought to have been progressed into the knockout rounds in runner-up. All things considered, the U.S. turned into a fool in its most significant cycle with the 2026 World Cup 2 years away. Administrator Gregg Berhalter's occupation came into question by and by, as he still can't seem to demonstrate he can lift the USMNT into discussions with a portion of the world's best countries, even after his disputable re-enlist in June of 2023. However, the USMNT doesn't have an administrative employment opportunity right now, who ought to be considered for the job in the event that Berhalter is presently not in control. These 5 competitors might possess all the necessary qualities. Number 1, Jurgen Klopp, freeze specialist. There's no question that Klopp is the best freeze specialist available. After leaving Liverpool in the English Chief Association, the multi-time Homegrown Association victor and Champions Association victor is supposed to be enjoying some time off, while just a modest bunch of ventures might tempt him, thinking about what he's as of now accomplished. Why the U.S. would be interesting is on the grounds that he hasn't dealt with a public group yet. A German local, the Germany public group is overseen by rising young person Julian Nagelsmann, with the goal that job may not be open at any point in the near future. Klopp is known for his capacity to form players into stars, allow youths a meriting opportunity, and, once in a while, make groups fight at a surprisingly high level. His 4-3-3 weighty squeezing style may likewise suit the profiles on the USMNT, alongside deciphering great in worldwide football. It'd be a fantasy enlist and a long shot, however it's a discussion the U.S. must endeavor. Number 2, Wilfried Nancy, Columbus team. If the U.S. needs to take advantage of the rising star market, there's a choice comfortable in MLS. A Frenchman with north of 10 years of Mills training experience, Nancy most as of late driven the Columbus team to a cup title in 2023. The team likewise came to the 2024 CONCACAF Champions Cup last, yet lost to Pachuca out and about. Nancy, 47, is known for his liquid 3 community back development, with 2 wingbacks holding the width and 2 protective midfielders before the protectors. 3-4-2-1 varieties that MLS groups experienced difficulty countering. That particular style may not fit the USMNT's players or global football, but rather Nancy could be a name worth calling regardless of whether there are a few dangers. Number 3, Hugo Perez, free specialist. On the off chance that it's the previous USMNT player course that turns into the decision, Perez could be a name to watch. Perez played for quite some time, remembering for the U.S., from 1982 to 1996. He had 73 covers for the USMNT and scored 13 objectives as a midfielder from 1984 to 1994, preceding being enlisted into the public soccer corridor of popularity in 2008. He functioned as a mentor for the US U14s and 15s from 2012 to 2014, yet left because of unverified reasons. Beginning around 2015, he's been with the El Salvador Public Group, where he was conceived, in various limits, and most as of late filled in as the senior group's lead trainer from 2021 to 2023, preceding being given up. There'd takes a chance with Perez in light of his training resume. However, he addressed the U.S. at the 1984 Olympics, 1991 Gold Cup, which the U.S. won, and the 1994 World Cup, so he's been engaged with the greatest competitions according to a player point of view. Number 4, Sergio Conceicao, free specialist. Conceicao just left Portugal's FC Porto following a 7-year spell where he came out on top for 3 association championships, among other homegrown prizes. From his 17-year playing profession to 14-year instructing vocation, There's very little Conceicao hasn't won or seen. He likewise had 56 covers for the Portuguese public group and played as a forward. However, he's at this point to mentor a public group. Conceicao's groups have a mix of high specialized ability and coarseness protectively, which have profoundly upset a portion of Europe's elites in the Heroes Association. He most, as of late, utilized varieties of a 4-2-3-1 with Porto, which is a development that would function admirably with the ongoing U.S. arrangement. He may not be an easily recognized name for most fans, yet the quality is unquestionably there. Number 5. Enthusiasm. Guardiola, Manchester City. Indeed, what difference would it make? Guardiola has alluded to leaving Manchester City toward the finish of the 2024-25 head association season, with the club's 115 charges argument against the association set to warm up later in the year. Guardiola is viewed as one if, in the event that not the most ideal chief ever because of his ability ID, developments, playstyles, and changes, also the amount he's won as both a player and mentor with Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and that's just the beginning. His 4-3-3 style would fit the US, however there would be concerns assuming that the players have sufficient quality to perform what he requests. His ownership-based, generally safe style likewise isn't awesome for worldwide football, however he's a name the US additionally ought to basically pursue as he invests more energy in the country.